What's up guys, my name is Jack, you're watching JBTCG, and today we're going to go over every single Pokemon product that I invested in over the month of June. This was a really interesting month, and we have a good mix of products that I got at MSRP, and also products that I got well above MSRP. I got a couple of Pokemon Center exclusive products, I got a case of Pokemon Center ETBs, and I also got a 9-year-old ETB. And in this video, we're going to go over it all. And as always, this isn't to flex and be like, I have all this stuff, look at all this cool stuff that I bought. No, absolutely not. The reason I do this is to document the products that I'm buying and to show you guys that I'm actually investing in Pokemon in the ways that I say I am. And it's also to document it so people can look back on it in the future. Like looking back on the Pokemon products that I invested in like last July or last August, it's crazy to see the price differences and what products I was buying. Like last August, I think I bought like well over 100 Fusion Strike sleeve boosters from the Pokemon Center for MSRP, which was $3.99. And then I also bought like Evolving Skies ETBs for $100. Like price differences then and now are crazy. And I assume price differences from now and into 3 years in the future will also be crazy different. So we're just documenting it here. And that's enough yapping, and we'll actually go into my first product. And the first product, which I hope you guys can see well, is an Astral Radiance Pokemon Center ETB case. So there's 4 ETBs in this case. It's like sealed, but I assume the Pokemon Center put the packing slip in here. At least that's what the guy on eBay said. But this is something I purchased last month and it just came in this month. It took around, I think, 25 days from shipment to delivery because it got lost in the mail. So I'm very grateful that it actually got found, because honestly, when something gets lost in USPS or in the mail in general, at that point, I fully believe it's gone. So for a box like this that's worth like $500 right now, to actually get found and then delivered to me correctly was a bit shocking. So it's around $500 in market value right now. It's a little difficult because they don't sell very frequently, but the individual Astral Radiance Pokemon Center ETBs, I think they're around $125 to $130. So a case of 4 would be right around $500. I bought this for $430 shipped, so I got a pretty good deal compared to market price especially. Now the reason I made this purchase, I went over last month, but I'll also briefly go over it again. It's because Astral Radiance Pokemon Center ETBs, I'll put a picture up on screen. They look amazing, they're really, really cool. And some of the Pokemon Center ETBs from the Sword and Shield era are really moving upwards in price, like Fusion Strike right now. I'll put the graphic on screen from TCG Player, but right now they're like $350. And those were available on the Pokemon Center for MSRP last year around this time, and that was $50 a Pokemon Center ETB. So for those to go from $50 to $350 is insane. These ones I think are just as cool. Obviously, Astral Radiance isn't quite as strong of a set, but it's an Alt Art Sword and Shield era set. It'll hold up well long term. So I'm very grateful to add this to my position, and I'm also very happy that it didn't get lost in the mail and actually got delivered to me. Next up, we got 2 Destined Rivals Pokemon Center ETBs. I did not get these at MSRP. I bought them on the secondary market just a bit after release. I think this was probably my first purchase of the month, like right around June 1st or June 2nd. And I spent $340 on these total. I bought it from a local seller on Facebook, went and picked them up. The boxes are clean, the corners are like not dented in, there's no rips in the seal or anything. So all in all, I'm really happy with this purchase. These obviously haven't moved very much in price over the past month, and I think that's just because there's so much stock of them out there and it's taking a while for them to kind of flush out. But that's kind of to be expected, and it's kind of what I expected would happen with these. I didn't buy these expecting that they would explode in price in the next month. I was just looking for a decent deal where I could get them a little bit below market, just to hold for long term. Now the reason I believe in these Pokemon Center ETBs so much long term is because they stand out compared to the regular ETB. We've seen a lot with a lot of recent Pokemon Center ETBs is that they look very similar to your regular ETB. Like when you look at Temporal Forces and you compare the two, they look the exact same. Stellar Crown, same deal. Prismatic Evolutions, it's basically the exact same ETB, but it has a stamp on one of them. With this, you get this bright red color scheme that really stands out. So in a sealed collection, if you have both the ETBs, this one will stand out more. And just in general, in comparison to other ETBs in people's collections, these will 100% stand out. But enough yapping about this, on to my next item. Next up, I got my regular Destined Rivals ETBs. So some of these I got on pre-order. I got 2 of them on pre-order for MSRP. Then another 2 I actually got lucky and caught a restock, and I got those at MSRP. And then the last one I actually got in a trade. I traded a Silver Tempest ETB for it. which obviously you could say is a bad trade because Silver Tempest is basically out of print. and we aren't going to see any restocks of it, while we'll see more restocks of Destined Rivals in the future. But honestly, I have a bunch of Silver Tempest ETBs. I don't really care about them that much, and I like Destined Rivals as a set much more than I like Silver Tempest as a set. So although it might not have been the greatest trade financially, I'm happy with my decision overall. And you put these ETBs side by side, they look insane. I think these are the best ETBs from the Scarlet and Violet era. Well, I think overall, yeah, because the Scarlet and Violet era's ended with Black Bolt and White Flare. And I'm not a big fan of the Black Bolt and White Flare ETBs. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think of them, but they're so busy. I think it would have been cleaner if, like, I'll try and put a picture on screen, but if the front of them kind of looked a lot more like the DS games, where it was like that plain white and plain black, I think that would have looked way cleaner. Or maybe if they just did that for the Pokemon Center versions, but whatever. Destined Rivals, in my opinion, is the best main set that we've gotten in the Scarlet and Violet era. The chase cards are killer, the illustration rares are killer, even some of the full arts look really cool too. Overall, it's a great set, and I'm going to continue to pick up more and more products I can whenever I can find good deals. I'm not banking on this being something that gets reprinted and goes down to MSRP. This is a set I think we're going to see it opened a ton over time, and because of that, I think these products are going to get more scarce than people believe. And I forgot to mention, but the Destined Rivals ETBs in total cost me $250, plus the one that I traded for with the Silver Tempest ETB. But that's enough yapping about Destined Rivals, let's get on to my next product. Next up, I followed through on my promise in my top 5 investments for the month of June video, and I picked up Brilliant Stars Pokemon Center ETBs. I think these are undervalued at the moment, and I think they were really undervalued back at the beginning of June. I think market for them was like $115 to $120. I ended up buying these for $116 each, so I got a really good deal on them, especially when you compare it to market price right now, which I believe is $150 per ETB. And the reason for this is pretty much the same as picking up the Astral Radiance Pokemon Center ETBs. I think Sword and Shield, Alt Art, Pokemon Center ETBs, and products in general are going to continue to move upwards. And Brilliant Stars is a great set, and this Pokemon Center ETB looks phenomenal, and it was really close in price to the regular ETB, which is not normal when we look at prices of Pokemon Center ETBs in comparison to regular ETBs. Like with Lost Origin, I think the regular ETB is $100 and the Pokemon Center version is $200. With Brilliant Stars, the ETB is like $90 or $95, and this thing is $150. So I still think it has a lot of good room to grow, and I think, honestly, by the end of the year, this will be a $200 box. But as we know, we can never fully predict the Pokemon market, so we'll just have to see. Next up, I picked up another XY Evolutions Mega Charizard ETB. This one cost me, I think, $410 or $412. As you can see, the seal's intact and looks fairly clean. And honestly, it's a really great box for it being like 9 years old. Like, the condition of it is, like, it's pretty spectacular. But I kind of already said my piece on these ETBs. I actually have 2 of the Mega Charizard ones at this point and 1 of the Blastoise. I'll probably pick up another Blastoise one this month just so I can have 2 complete sets. But with Mega Evolutions being reintroduced into the Pokemon TCG, I think a lot of people are going to want to go back in time and collect the products that came out when Mega Evolutions were first introduced. But we're getting a Japanese set called Inferno X, which is going to be centered around Mega Charizard X. And maybe we end up getting a Mega Charizard X ETB that'll be like a set with the Mega Charizard Y from XY Evolutions. I have no real idea. This is all speculation. But if that does happen, I could see this ETB really skyrocketing. And we've been seeing them make consistent moves over the past 2 to 3 months. Honestly, the past year in general. And I think through the end of the year, these will continue to move upwards. I wouldn't be surprised if they hit $500 or $600 a box. But that's about it on this one. I'll report back if I end up getting another Mega Blastoise next month. The next thing I picked up was 2 Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center ETBs, and I got really lucky. I got these at MSRP from the Pokemon Center drop just like a week ago at this point. Shout out to PokeNotify on that. I got really lucky, saw the notification, hopped in the queue, and actually got through it in about 10 minutes. So I ended up being really early to these. So I'm very grateful for that. And if you want to try out PokeNotify, you can use my code in the description or in the pinned comment, JBTCG25, 25% off your first month. So I'll leave a link if you want to try them out, but I've absolutely caught some W's with them. I'm super happy on this. There's $126 for the 2 of these. Market price for them, I think right now is around $200 to $220. So it's dropped significantly because we keep getting restocks of these. And I actually really do want to talk about this. So I think long-term, Prismatic Evolutions is going to be an outstanding investment. I mean, the set value alone is insane. The parallels that it has to Evolving Skies, not only in the cards, like with the Evolution cards, but in the value of those cards, it's like they're very, very similar. Also in pull rates, they're very, very similar sets. And as I showed in a previous video, the amount of people ripping these packs is insane. Like out of the past 6 months, we've seen well over 10 million packs get opened just for Prismatic Evolutions. I think long-term, these Prismatic Evolutions products are going to get incredibly rare, and I think this ETB will do really well long-term. The only thing that's holding it back is the design. Obviously, it's kind of bland. Like obviously you have Eevee on the front, which is, that's a win, but it's not different compared to the regular ETB. Like you get the stamp here, obviously, but that's basically it. Like with Destined Rivals, obviously you get the red one versus the black. But with this, it's the same colorway. Eevee looks the exact same. There's no real difference. But in terms of a promo, you really couldn't ask for more. I mean, this is probably top 1 or top 2 promos we've gotten in the Scarlet and Violet era. Or actually, no. Kingdra and Greninja, I think they're better. So maybe this is the 3rd best. And then the Snorlax and the Charmander are like competing with it. But like, that's an outstanding card. It's such an amazing card. And right now it's actually dirt cheap. So if like you're a new collector or new to this space, you can get this card for like $5, and it's an outstanding card. And long term, I think that promo will do very well. We've seen promos perform pretty well over time. The Galarian Birds promo is like what, 70, 80 bucks at this point? It could be more, honestly. And I think at $200 right now, even on the secondary market, it's still a pretty good buy. I don't know if I'll add any more to my position just because I hit this restock and I have a good amount now. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm not really dying to. But I do think if I didn't have very many in my position, right now would be when I would be buying. Either way, I got super lucky and I'm super grateful to pick these up. $126 for the 2 of them. Market for the 2 is right around $400, so definitely a good deal on these. Next up, and for the sake of time, I'm going to show all this stuff at once. This is a bunch of stuff that I actually managed to catch on restocks at MSRP across various stores, and we'll go over all of them individually. This I got off the Walmart Plus drop. Got super lucky there. I sat in the queue for a while. I was doing some other work, so I wasn't actually just like sitting and staring at the queue. But I think I was stuck in the queue from like 9 p.m. to around like 10:45 or something. So I was in there basically until these sold out. It cost me $116, but I'm super happy to get one because this is actually the only one I have. And having it in person, dude, this is such a killer product. Like this gradient here is cool. You get Eevee on the front, which is great, but like, it pops. So moving on to my Prismatic ETB, I actually got this from Best Buy, like a local Best Buy around me. And the funny thing is, a lot of my local stores get crazy large allocations, but a lot of people leave in the summer or like go elsewhere during the summer. So there's these big allocations and then there's no one really to buy it. So while other places, everyone's getting like scalped out of these products, for me, it's actually not difficult to get them. And so I ended up picking up this one for MSRP. Pretty good deal on this. This I got from GameStop just a couple days ago. This was, it was like $29.99, so like a little bit above MSRP. I used my $5 like pro membership thing to get $5 off. So basically I turned it from the GameStop marked up price back into MSRP. And do you want to know how many of these my GameStop had? Guess. Like before I tell you the number, try and guess how many they had. Well, the answer is 130. They had 130 surprise boxes, limit of 1 per person. So I went a day after these dropped on GameStop. I went on Saturday and they still had, I think like 40 or something. It's 1 per person, so you're not gonna build like a huge position, but honestly, I'm perfectly fine with that. Everyone in my area who's a big Pokemon fan is able to get them, and I'm able to get one for my sealed investment. Next, I got 2 Destined Rivals booster bundles. One of these I got, I think, from the Walmart restock online, and the second one, I wanna say maybe it was GameStop. I don't remember exactly where I got it, but I got 2. Both of them are MSRP, which is like, I don't know, 27 bucks or something. And honestly, I'm just buying any Destined Rivals products I can at like a decent price, just because, I already really said it. This is, in my opinion, the best main Scarlet and Violet set we've gotten. And it's so cool. The pack arts we get, everything about this is a killer set to me. I like it way more than Prismatic Evolutions. The hit rates are better. You get illustration rares, which you don't get in Prismatic Evolutions. everything about this set is killer, and I intend to hold a lot of this product long term. Now the next thing I got is the Blooming Waters collection. I also got this from GameStop. They had, I believe, 70 or 80 in their allocation when I went and got that restock. So it was 80 bucks, so a little bit above MSRP, or actually a good bit above MSRP. But I mean, it's 151, 12 packs, 80 bucks, and you get the promos. I think that's still worth it. But yeah, I forgot to bring it with me for this video, so you're just stuck with a picture of it. It's next to my Sea and Sky collections, all of those just stuffed in a little closet. I believe in 151, and I think it's not going to stay this cheap for very long. And so here's the final investment haul. This is everything we got. I just put it all on the table here. Overall, I'm super happy with the pickups this month, and I was surprised at the amount of things that I was able to get for MSRP, or close to MSRP actually, because GameStop has a little bit of an upcharge there. But before I go, I want to quickly touch on what to expect for next month. So next month, I think I'm going to pick up an XY Evolutions Blastoise ETB to complement. I think I'm going to pick up some more Destined Rivals ETBs, maybe some more booster bundles, anything I can get for a decent deal, or maybe get a good trade on. In terms of Pokemon Center ETBs for Destined Rivals, I'll probably only buy them if I can get them for like 150 or 160, or if the Pokemon Center drops some more. Prismatic Evolutions, I mean, if I can get it for MSRP, I'll buy it. If not, I'm not that stressed about it. There will definitely be more opportunities to get Prismatic Evolutions down the line, but honestly, if you can get a Prismatic Evolutions ETB for like 90 bucks because of a lot of restocks and stuff like that, and people are just looking to flip, 90 bucks is still a great deal for one of these ETBs. In terms of Pokemon Center ETBs, will I buy some more of like the Sword and Shield era ones? Not sure. In terms of Brilliant Stars, I think it's kind of made its move already, and it'll continue to go upwards, I predict. But I'm not gonna look to add more to my position at 150 or at 160. But yeah, that's about it for today. This is my monthly installment into what did I buy this month. And let me know down in the comments what you think of my pickups. Did you like them? Did you not? Is there anything you think I missed out on this month that I didn't buy? And also let me know what you guys bought and what your best investment of this month was. Or just tell me a cool thing that you got for your collection. I love to hear any cool cards, like vintage, mid-era. If anyone likes legend cards also, let me know because I'm a huge fan of those. But that's all I got. I'll see y'all in the next one. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and stay safe out there.